welcome back. Here is another Halloween tutorial. I'm going to be starting off with the makeup side first, the regular kind of makeup. I'm going to be using the same little buffing brush for everything. So I'm going to do primer, foundation, and then I'm going to do concealer on my lids for eyelid primer and some translucent powder. And I don't know, I was just kind of lazy, didn't want to really look for brushes. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and use a kind of tapered fluffy brush to softly cut my crease, I guess, with this brown shade in the Friendcation palette. And I'm going to be pushing the shadow towards my temple and not rounding out my lid, because it is going to be a more like smoky eye and I want the black on the outer corner. It'll extend your eye really nicely. So I'm going to use the black shade in the Life to Drag palette and just kind of packing the black with the same brush, and then I'm going to be going in later with the smaller brush to darken it. So you just kind of go back and forth, add some black, and then go back in with the transition shade and kind of diffuse the outer part of the black where the black and the brown meet. And here I am with the little tiny brush just to kind of carefully place the black. And then I'm going to go in with this little concealer brush, this little flat brush. I'm going to be cutting the inside, the inner half of my eyelid, and then I'm going to be putting the blue shade from the Friendcation palette, that really bright, vibrant blue shade. I hate that it doesn't come up on here like true to color, because it is so bomb in person, and like the camera, I don't know, it just doesn't do it justice. But you don't want to use too much product, just enough to cover the area. And then I went in with the same brush and just packed on that blue shade. And sometimes the black can fade a little bit with all the blending and all of that, so I'm just going to be darkening that a little bit. And then I'm going to be going in with some concealer under my eyes. I don't know why I did like foundation first, but typically I would have just done my eyes and then all the concealer and like rest of the face stuff. But you know, with these looks I don't really plan too thoroughly, so I'm just kind of going to be jumping all over the place. And like I said, I'm going to be using the same brush for everything, so I use my Fenty Matchstick in Mocha, and then I'm going to be setting my under eyes with some Dermablend powder, the same powder I use on my eyelids. And then I'm going to be contouring and doing some blush. I do want my contour to be pretty pronounced and really kind of dramatic. So I am going to be kind of chiseling my cheekbone, and then I'm going to be using Amaretto blush in the Jacqueline Becca face palette. And now we're going to move on to the skeleton side. I'm going to be using this Tarte Shape Tape concealer. This is the one I used in my other tutorial to kind of make me really pale but not like stark white. It's in fair neutral, and I just buffed it in with that same brush that I was using on the first part of my face. And then I'm going to be using Black Bean just on the like inner part or the lower part of my lid and right under my eyes. These are super creamy, so you want to, you know, blend them out. And then I go in with a black eyeshadow to intensify it. I picked up a blending brush just to kind of move around any excess black shadow that I had left over. And then I picked up Fishy from the Life to Drag palette. I don't know why I always forget what it's called. And then I start buffing it in, kind of using it as my transition shade. And you want to do it like the darkest where the black is. And just like on the other eye, you know, it kind of fades. The black can fade if you know, buff it in too much and then add more colors on top of it. So you just want to go back and forth, just kind of blend the blue as like vibrant as you want it or dark. It kind of turns like navy blue on the lid, and then on the outer parts it looks like the blue it is in the pan. So then I just went in with that bigger brush just to kind of really blend out the outer edges, because I really wanted it to be more sheer, more blue. And then I picked up a small detail brush and I started doing the brows. The only thing, I did follow my natural brow shape. I just made the front of my brow kind of higher and more kind of angry, scowling kind of brow. So that gives it the more kind of scary look. And for this brow also, make sure you are following that outer part of your nose like straight up, so it gives it that kind of flow from the nose all the way up to that scowling kind of brow. So this part was a little unnecessary for me because my wig masked this part. It like was on top of it basically, but this is going to give the illusion that your face is more skeletal and like smaller and sunken in. So that's the purpose of blacking out kind of like the outer perimeter of your face, following down to your temple and into your cheekbone. I also grabbed a flatter kind of packing brush and started filling in the hairline with some black eyeshadow. And then down by the cheekbone, I grabbed a nude pencil just to give me a guideline and I wouldn't, you know, feel too much pressure if I messed up. And then I just went in with the black jumbo pencil when I got the lines and everything right. And then I went in with a smaller brush to kind of perfect the line. So I'm going to just be going back and forth with the smaller one to like make the line darker and straighter, more structured. And then I'll go in with the eyeshadow also on the small little brush to give me that really black line. I really like working with the shadow on top of the pencil just because the shadow on a brush is a lot easier to control than like a liquid liner or something like that. So you'll see me kind of darkening up that kind of line right at the top because that's where you want it to be the darkest, and then everything else is going to fade downwards. So once I get the black on there how I like it, I'm going to start buffing it in with some black shadow right directly underneath it, and then I will start going in with the blue shadow. And again, you want the blue to be kind of the darkest at the top and then fade downwards. And then I'm going to be grabbing a liquid liner and making that line even sharper at the top. I wanted the cheekbone to be really cut and like precise, so that gave it a little extra-ness of that. And you can make this however you want. These skeleton looks are very versatile. You can make them really messy and like cool looking, or you can give them a lot of structure and make them very precise and colorful, or you can literally just use black and white. So it's definitely just up to you. And then I did the half of the nose right there, and I filled it in with some black eyeshadow. And then once you start doing the lips are also just your personal preference. I just made them like normal sized teeth, so you kind of can do the lines and then you give them little like tips, kind of like little houses, and then you don't have to connect them. You can kind of leave them open, or you can make them kind of pointed all the way up to give you like that scary like pointed tooth look. So it just depends on what you like. You can always look up some photos to see what you prefer, what kind of look you want. And then you can add just some little shadowing like details, and like I said, I wanted mine to be kind of like clean, so I went in with the liquid liner. Then I ended up adding some teeth at the end. The teeth, how I make them right now, is not how they're going to look. I ended up just kind of smudging the outer parts with a small brush, and then I went in with the blue shadow on the inside. The whole time I was like finishing up, I just did not like how the teeth were looking, so at the end I will add a little something something to make them look a little bit better. And then on the inner part of the lips, you want to just black it out so that it, you know, you can't see your pink lips under there, and it'll just look a little more realistic, that it's like more skeletal. And like I said, the teeth were like bothering me. I couldn't like figure out what to do with them, and I was trying to put some nude you know, kind of pencil in there, and it just wasn't looking like I wanted to. But I just finished the other side of my lips with some liquid lipstick. I think this is Verona by Ofra, and then I went in with this Demon Blood. It's literally called Demon Blood. That's not weird, right? And I just kind of did a straight line right down the middle where everything was separating or meeting, however you want to look at it. And I had to wait for this to dry because I tried to go in with the scab blood like right after I was done, and it was just way too slippery, and it was like sliding around everywhere and, you know, not staying in a line. So I waited a little bit to put that on, and I finished my skeleton eye and put some black pencil in there. This is the jumbo pencil, but you can use a regular eyeliner if you want, and just smudge that out a little bit with some black shadow. Okay, so just get anything small and just scoop some out and start, you know, kind of slapping it on there. It's pretty sticky, so you want to make sure you kind of like pull up a few times, because if you just go sliding down and down, it's going to just like look flat, you know. So just give it some texture by kind of pulling upwards away from your face. And then I totally forgot highlight, so I'm putting some champagne pop in all the regular highlighting areas. And then I'm going to do the same thing to my lower lash line, put some black liner in my waterline and start buffing in some black and some blue just to kind of match everything up. And I did also put some lower lash mascara. So here's the part that I was talking about my teeth. I wanted them to look a little bit more like teeth, and I feel like they looked a little dirty. So I just went in with that same concealer that I used on that part of my face and brightened up the teeth a little bit. And then the black lines were getting a little bit lost, so I just grabbed the liquid liner and I darkened those up a little bit too. But yeah, guys, that's it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. This is my second Halloween video this year. Hopefully I can get one more up for you guys, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.